everybody. How y'all doing? How your mom and them? What's up? What's up? We back. We're here.
Howdy.
Even though Munchkin's gonna get eaten by a spider, I believe. I don't know what's going
No,
on.
he's my pet.
Oh, that's your pet? Okay.
Yes. Look, you get off my lap.
I'm stuffy all of a sudden. All I did was sneeze a couple of times, and now I can't hardly breathe. What's up, Ray? I don't know what made me stuffy, but now I'm stuffy. Go figure. Yeah, I don't know how much stuff. All right. First thing I want to talk about. Y'all ever get Charlie horses? The last
I like to
week
touch things.
I had Charlie horse that managed to show up in my left leg 3 days in a row. And I mean, wake up in pain. Hey, Ray French, John French, related? Are you John's brother? Mr. Pilot? I didn't remember your name was Ray. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to put this back on the car. Hey, Linda. NJ Devil. Oh, okay. Man, you're throwing me off. You're throwing me off. Because I know a John French. So I was like, huh? Wait a minute. Anyways, eat more bananas. All right. So.
I've mentioned that.
I tried, I even tried taking a magnesium supplement as a
That's
pill.
not potassium.
And yeah, potassium's supposed to work also. So I'll tell you what I used, and it was like a miracle. It works so fast. And anybody that's older and y'all get cramps or muscle pains, this is what I used. TheraWorks, which is relief for muscle cramps and foam. Not sponsored, obviously. I'm just showing y'all what I use. This produces a foam, right? So yesterday, my legs were still sore from the Charlie horses I was getting in my leg. And I literally sprayed some of that in my hand and rubbed it on my leg. All the soreness went away. I was like, what? And I did not have... I didn't get another Charlie horse, which I was like, man, this stuff works great. And they have also, like on Amazon, they got like a magnesium spray, but they honestly, TheraWorks and are the same price. So why not just get the TheraWorks one? Because somebody else told me about that. And I was like, well, I'll try it. Thinking that it was going to take a while, but it's like instant. As soon as you rub that onto your muscle, the pain's gone. And I'm like, I hope that works for other muscles. Like, what if my back is sore? Can I spray it and put it on there and make that go away? Because that worked really good.
I mean, if he was actual size, I think it'd be more than just my ass there, CDC.
If that was the actual size Spider-Man, you'd be in trouble.
It's better than that huge fish person. Did we ever tell them about that?
Like? That's a good question, Linda. It has a smell, like it's not a strong smell. You literally have to put it all the way up to your nose.
It smells like a very, very, very faint, soapy kind of lotiony smell. It doesn't have a medicinal smell at all to it.
It smells metallic, like a metal smell. Maybe it was my hand, I don't know. But there's no real smell to this at all. The other thing I'll say is it dries extremely fast and it doesn't leave behind any residue on your leg. Like you don't feel any like lotion would. It doesn't do that. When this dries, it's like it was never there. But the effects keep going. You don't have any more pain, which I was like, man, this works so good. I liked it. They tell you can repeat, if you still have more pain, but I didn't have to use it but once and I was done. Munchkin is the bug lady. You're still in Texas.
No.
What's up, other Nick?
Damn.
I was showing this stuff for muscle cramps. I was getting Charlie horses back to back, and I put some of this on my muscle, and all the soreness went away instantly. So just saying, it's good stuff if y'all want to try it. So last night, speaking of stories, granddaughter had a school dance, and Munchkin picked her up from her dance, and we decided to go. Oh, so Harry already used it. He knows. Okay. So Munchkin decided to, well, she picked up her granddaughter, and then we decided to go to Chihuahuas, which we've been to many times, which is a Mexican restaurant. They serve every kind of Mexican thing you can think of. Very hot. Wow. How in the world are people showing up from like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
I remember very hot. So we went to Chihuahuas, and yeah, that is definitely from the past. I do remember very hot with the picture of her, and I assume it was her and a parrot on her shoulder. Yeah, I remember that. So anyways, we go to Chihuahuas, where we order. When we first sit down, they bring you the chips and salsa, and her sister showed up like a couple minutes after we got there. So Munchkin and I got the big margarita, which is, I mean, it's big, but it's not like 40 ounces or anything. I'd say it was like 16 to 20 ounces of margarita in a glass. The ice takes up a lot of it, obviously.
They're jumbos.
They are jumbo. They're jumbo margaritas. So Munchkin and I were drinking ours, and then her sister showed up. So Munchkin's sisters came in and ordered a strawberry margarita jumbo. We drank that. Now, we only had one margarita, at which point Munchkin noticed her sister's shirt was on inside out. And we just thought that was funny because...
Well, because it was.
It was funny. Her sister is acting like, no, that's the way it's made. And we're like, no, it's
the seams are supposed to be on the outside.
Right, yeah, the seams are supposed to be like that. No, they're not. So I guess she had enough to drink where she was like, now, okay, we didn't sit inside the restaurant. We sat outside, but there was a lot of people outside in the patio seating. So she's like, okay, fine. And proceeded to take her shirt off in public to flip it inside out. I mean, all the way up off her head, flipped the shirt back, and I looked over and saw everybody looking at her. And I was like, wow, I can't believe she just stripped down in front of everybody.
Right, Roger?
And then she fixed her shirt, put it back on, right? She had on a black bra with white polka dots on it, okay? So I told her that people were looking, and she's like, it's okay. It's Victoria's Secret. It's blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, Victoria ain't got no more secrets because you just showed everything.
That was my joke, by the way. He stole it.
Oh, I did? All right.
Yes.
Anyways, so then I was like, we're good. And her sister decided to order another round of margaritas for all three of us. I don't know what happened, but her sister started drinking the second margarita, and we started talking about busch gardens and being able to pet the animals and stuff like that at various parks. And she was telling us about what looked like from her picture was an impala that grabbed the bucket and proceeded to tip it up and eat everything out of the bucket. And it scared them half to death. So I thought I would just, ask her sister, because at this point, this is before I ever put this medicine on my leg. I wanted to ask her sister, do you get leg cramps at night? And I don't know where this came from, because I mean, I know they were talking about petting animals, but I asked her sister, I was like, do you get leg cramps at night? And she goes, I like to touch things. And
I
was
like to touch things. Yeah.
What? What?
She was off in La La Land.
I
She
don't
wasn't
know
even
where
listening to
that
you.
came from. Do you get leg cramps at night? I like to touch things. What? Which made Munchkin and I just crack up like crazy. We were laughing so hard at that. She's like, "What? What?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, what?"
That was before she whipped her shirt off, though.
That was before she ripped her shirt off? Okay.
Yep.
So, I don't know. We finished eating. At some point, her sister goes, "Yeah, I don't feel so good. I am."
She went from laughing and giggling to, I don't think I can drive. Why is it so hot?
Yes.
I don't feel good.
Yeah. So I thought it was funny that she had drank too much, which was just 2 margaritas for her. She's a lightweight. She is very skinny, so it does not take as much alcohol to get her very buzzed, apparently.
She also doesn't drink that often.
The door to get off of the patio at the restaurant, you have to pull up this knob to open the door. I thought it was going to be funny to not show her how to open the door and see if she could do it after she'd been drinking, but she did not make it 3 steps away from the table before she decided to crouch right there in the middle of the public
and then just stay there.
And I'm already outside the gate, and whose sister was drinking? That would be Munchkin's sister.
Mine.
So
and the other table was like, "Is she okay?" I'm like, "She's fine. She's just a lightweight."
Yeah, they were like, "Is she okay?" And I'm like, I don't know. Let me go back in and find out. So we did the responsible thing. We went and retrieved her sister.
Sure, King Cobra.
I
think that was the tequila talking.
We helped her sister to our car and put her in the front seat, which I don't know if she knew what a seat was at that point. She couldn't get her leg up in the car. Am I in? I was like, "No, your leg's still outside on the ground. You're not in." So I got her all the way in the car, shut the door, and we took her home and had to carry her or help her walk to her front door. At which point, once she got in her house, I let her go. And Munchkin called to check on her.
No, I texted her daughter when I got home and said, "Is your mother still alive?" And she said, "She is laying sideways across her bed, fully clothed." So then she texted me at 7 a.m. this morning saying that she walked over and got her car. And it wasn't a very long walk, but it was the longest walk of shame she's ever had to do. You know, I've never looked at her elbows.
Right, me either. I was like, does she have pointy elbows? I don't know.
I don't know. And yes, she is single, Tony, but something tells me after... Nobody wants to be her ex, because that's also a discussion that we were having last night. All of her exes are dead, except for the most recent one.
So you're taking your life in your hands, Tony.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't set her up with anybody unless you don't like them.
Wait. Oh, it's a mech.
Excuse me.
Really? I have to pick one up. A Series 21700 mech. Wow. Huh. I'll have to look and see what that is, Cloud Chucker. Don't make me buy stuff. I can't be affording to buy stuff. Man, there's a lot of people flying right now.
Well, I mean, she's got... My oldest nephew's father is deceased. The father of her other 2 children is also deceased. But she's got ex-boyfriends going back to high school that have died through various means.
What's up, trash bag? You missed all the stories, trash bag.
I think we counted like a total of 7 deceased exes. So,
So,
yeah.
as far as the fly-in stuff goes, and Bad Apples being next week, which I know most people are going to Bad Apples, which is fine. And I know there's a bad storm pretty much blowing through Georgia right now that is supposed to last up to Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, which is technically when the fly-ins start. So y'all shouldn't lose any fly-in time, but a lot of people like going early, and I don't think the early folks are going to get to fly unless they came really early. Like a couple days ago, it was great weather down there from what I
She
heard.
claims that she did not kill any of them.
Right?
She has an alibi for most of them. Not all, but most.
Hey, John Wayne, what's up? I saw John Wayne got a flight in too. And then he's like, and the GoPro went out again. I'm like, damn, he's got bad luck with GoPros. Poor John. But by God, he can still take off foot launch. He is a trooper with that. And he has a different takeoff style than what I use. And you know what? It's probably easier. He almost has a powered takeoff. As soon as he hits his wing, he starts adding power. I'm scared, and it's not a bad thing. I'm just scared to do it because I've seen people do that, and then maybe there's a little slack in one of their lines, and then the prop instantly catches it and shreds their lines. And I try to wait till my wing is at least coming up in the air before I ever get on the power, because I don't want my lines going in my prop. But yeah, trust the thrust. Hey, I'm with it. I do trust the thrust, but I trust the thrust after my wing is off the ground and up in the air a little bit. Now, I mean, and John, technically, his wing is in the air before he hits the gas. So it's not like he's hitting the gas too early, but the main thing with that is he's hitting the gas, which helps push you forward, which helps bring your wing up, which helps makes the wing stable. So it all works out in the end, I think. So more bounce to the ounce. What is he talking about? By dying underneath here is not the best way to go. I'm thinking I might go live at 9 a.m. USA. After about 500 takeoffs, I know if my wing is good as soon as it's up. Oh yeah, definitely, John. And then doing the Vela check. I saw you do Vela check in that last video I watched. I mean, it was a while after you got in the air, but you did a really long, thorough Vela check. I was like, man, you can see every one of his lines at like 5 seconds each. He made sure his stuff was right. Yeah, I mean, trash bag, that's another thing. A lot of people try to use just their foot power to get the wing up. And I've seen them fail doing that because they have no help and they don't have enough leg strength to be doing that. That motor's there to help. If you can use it to help bring your wing up over you and stable, then use that son of a gun. That's what I say. I know I'm going to need another pod for the fly-in because mine are all empty now. The problem is the last time I went to this local vape shop, 90% of the stuff they have for sale is gone, sold out. And I'm like, really?
No, 90% of the ones you wanted.
Well, no, not just the ones I wanted. There was flavors I wouldn't have ever vaped, but he was throwing away empty boxes. And I'm like, dude, like most of the stuff you sell is gone. What's up with that? You tortured yourself longer than you needed to. Yeah. Yeah, disposable, Stina. I know, I hate it too. Well, the disposable, even though I vape them all the time, is mainly for when I fly because I've already lost a good mod flying because it fell and who knows where it went, but I think it was on the beach. I don't want to take something this big up flying. Plus, I mean, if I drop this, that would kill somebody if it hit them. So Um, it's only going to get worse. Everything's made in China. Well, there you go, Jazzy. I've never seen Jazzy come in here. Has his nickname always said Jazzy Jag? I mean, sometimes it's like, but in YouTube,
He
does
comes
it?
in here under Ed every now and then. But,
Yeah, he does.
yeah.
He comes in as different names. You don't never know how Jazzy's going to show up.
So I noticed something that when I summarized this list, it removed some things.
It moves some things.
I got a new toy, y'all. So
Look,
it's
there you go.
It's a Kindle Scribe digital notebook. So my boss used this all the
That's
time.
awesome,
He loved
Creed.
it. And then he lost it. Couldn't figure out where he left it, thought he maybe left it in court, something else, whatever. So he went and bought a new one. And then a couple months later, they were going through some of the old files, scanning in all the stuff so we could destroy them. And they found it shoved in one of the files. So I got it now. It's pretty cool.
I'm trying to figure out what John was saying. You're getting a new rearmed? What is that? A new rear med? A new rear something? I don't know what that piece is, John. And I know, a new rear end? Seriously?
I need a new rear end too. Technically only 2 of my exes are dead. And they were both killed in car accidents at separate times, but this is going to sound really weird. Were they? No, never mind. They weren't friends. It was but that was back in high school. They've been dead for a long time.
I've seen
all
cars,
of my other exes are alive.
I've seen cars that need, or trucks that need new rear ends, on the newer cars, but usually it's from towing stuff. I don't know if John tows stuff with his van, but
no, get down.
I don't think he does. And I guess that's why they're recalling it, because there's something wrong with the rear end. Imagine if you were towing stuff, it really would have tore up that rear end. Wow.
That's nuts. Tear up my chair because you're mad I won't let you sit on me.
I agree on the 50 milligram Stina. It doesn't taste like 50 milligram. They do have 0 milligram pods in there, but I know if I vape 0, that wouldn't fly around Munchkin.
That's not allowed.
I would be really bitchy Scuba. They're all bad for the last 3 years. I do not doubt that, John. They had that point with the Taurus and the Tempos with bad transmissions. Oh my God. Those things had seriously bad transmissions.
Yeah, I know. I had one.
And all I saw was those things coming in to be fixed with bad transmission. Left and right. You name it, it was broke. Scott. What brand does Wheelfly have? Wheelfly has a Dodge. I don't think it's called a Sprinter. The Sprinter is made by a different company. I can't remember what Wheels. Yeah, but Wheels, I'm pretty sure, is a Dodge van. I just can't remember the name of that thing. I did see that Will got the Sprinter as Benz. Okay, yeah. Will did get the generator going with his auto start. He just didn't figure out the kill switch part of it yet. Dodge and Mercedes are the same van. Yeah, exactly, John. They just put different motors in there and same chassis. They all copy off each other. All these car dealerships copy off each other now. It's ridiculous. And I know that Shane is going to be selling his cargo trailer, but he's taking it to Bad Apples, and it will probably be sold right at Bad Apples, I'm guessing. And I can't afford it. I'd like to have one so that when we go to fly-ins, we have a place to sleep, and maybe we could set up a TV in it and air conditioning and all. That would be nice. So we have a portable little room that we could take somewhere to fly-ins when we do go, which is rare. mean, this is the only fly-in I really go to besides the one in September. And fly it for Gage. We went to that. But that's it. I've never even been to Bad Apples.
Did
Um,
did
I,
did y'all know king cobras growl?
oh, I
Did
thought you were
did you
talking
know
about
that?
the king cobra from Chad. I was like, what do you mean
He
he
might
growls?
he might growl too, but actual cobras growl. You can't afford a cargo trailer. You can't afford your hobby. Just
Oh,
as
you got the gimbal for the Osmo Mobile? I still have a brand new one, Cloud Chucker, that I don't even use.
we did talk about that last week. Um, yeah, just for your daily
Yes,
reminder
you did.
that you picked a rich man's hobby. No cargo trailer for you.
I want a truck camper, like the in the back of a pickup truck type camper. Those that I rode in one. My dad had a Ford F-100 that had a camper top on the back, and I would sleep in the back of that thing on the way to Florida. That was a long, hard ride. Let me tell you, that sucked. But I was young; I could take it then. It was no big deal. And you're talking late 70s, maybe early 80s at the no, it couldn't have been the 80s. I would say the late 70s. That's when we take that long trip down there. That was before they even started requiring seat belts all the time and everything. Way back in the 70s, they barely even had seat belts in cars. You're just lucky if you had them.
Tony, he can't afford to replace his equipment if something happens to it. Therefore, it is okay, a richer man's sport than he is. He can't afford all the new toys he sees everybody getting. He can't afford to have five, six different wings like all these guys have. He can't
Nope.
afford to trek across the country and go to multiple fly ins for weeks like they do. I don't know how all these young folks have so much fucking money and free time. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I guess they invested their money wisely. That's all I can think of.
Nah, I think they got rich parents.
Yeah, John, that was my dad got that truck a long time ago. It was an old white F-100. I remember it. My brother ended up getting that truck when my dad passed away. I don't think he still has it. No, matter of fact, I know he doesn't still have it. But that truck ran. There's never a thing wrong with that truck. Um, what is Cloud Chucker got a picture of now? Oh, yeah, that's way newer than the version Osmo I
Yeah.
got, Cloud Chucker. That one looks really fancy, actually. Mine does the same thing, but it's the first Osmo, whatever you call it. Will, there you are. So your van is a Dodge, right, Will? We were trying to figure out which van you had, and I couldn't remember the name of it because I knew it wasn't a Sprinter because according to John, that's a Mercedes van, but I guess it's the same frame. So what do they call the Dodge version? A ProMaster, that's it. ProMaster 2500. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna Dodge Ram ProMaster. Gotcha. We're gonna bring both cars because we did that last time and it gave us a little extra room to bring stuff.
Gave us a
Um,
lot of extra room.
yeah, so we'll be able to bring like the we got one of those what's the brand name of the grill?
Blackstone.
Blackstone grill that's electric that I can hook into the generator. And we're going to have a table to set that up. We're going to bring food. I think we're going to keep, according to Munchkin, we're going to keep food in the refrigerated cooler that I got. And then we're going to keep the drinks in just a normal cooler with ice in it, I guess. And then move some over as needed into the other cooler. And then we'll
No,
have it.
the electric cooler is for food only.
So there you go. So we can do that. I don't mind that. I mean, I don't think we need that much food, but I think there'll be room to put some drinks in. And it's not like it's
Yeah,
gonna.
but we don't need to. You've seen the cooler that we have for drinks. That is plenty big enough.
Oh yeah, I know. It just requires ice.
And
The other cooler requires no ice at all.
okay, but I like to have ice in my drink,
Yeah.
especially when it's not tainted by hamburger meat. Yeah, no more E. coli. We
What
are
I hate,
separating the food with the beverages.
and I still hate this to this day. We have no gas stations near us that have ethanol-free gas.
And every time he says that, I say you need to start calling the marinas around here because
Yeah,
they're not going to be listed as a gas station.
yeah.
And he won't do it.
I can only imagine what a marina already charges a lot for gas. I wanted to find a gas station that had. Oh yeah, cloud chucker. As long as the weather, you know, I will say yes, I'm flying next week, but that depends on the weather. We all are subject to weather. If it's really windy or thunderstorming or something like that, then no, I can't fly. Otherwise, yes, I will be flying next week. I know, and a lot of people that's going to Bad Apples won't fly at all, which I can't blame them. It's mainly a social event anyway, but just the stress of taking off with that many people in the air is kind of scary, in my opinion. But I'd probably do it, but I'd still be having my head on a swivel. Bad Apples is where the you said, look, Will, at first you was like, when I said spring wing, you was like, I might do that. And then without saying a word, next thing you know, I'm going to Bad Apples. I was like, whoa, you were considering spring wing. And then all of a sudden, nope, Bad Apples. That's fine. I mean, hey, you're a guy, dude, you can make your own decisions. And I can't blame you. This Bad Apples is going to be probably one of the best ones they've ever had just because of all the sponsors they got going there and all the people. Even Danny Williamson is going to Bad Apples, and it'll be his first fly-in, his first real fly-in that he's going to. And he's been asking me question after question about renting a camper or something, and worried that he won't be able to get to a bathroom or a shower when I'm like, no, they got that stuff at Bad Apples, dude. You'll be fine.
Well,
So
the only crazy thing that's happened at work CDC is my coworker has still not come back. So now she's essentially missed more time than she's actually come in. Um, so yeah, she's been out for the entire month of April. So
yeah,
that's fun.
because you say Hamilton, Creed, but we're in Hampton.
Yeah, I don't even know where
Um,
Hamilton is.
so I don't know what come and go habit is, but
Yeah, we don't have a come and go, and we don't have a Circle K.
I don't know where Hamilton is. Hampton is where we are. So if you see an ethanol free gas station near Hampton, or what's another city close to us? Virginia Beach is too far. Newport News. I wouldn't mind going there to get ethanol free gas.
York County.
Stina, well, we still haven't got married yet, and there was circumstances around that, which you may or may not know. I don't really need to bring it up, but yeah, we didn't get married when we thought we would because of issues. But we'll figure something out.
No,
How
I
about
don't
that
have any
Bitcoin?
Bitcoin, so I don't follow it. Will.
Yeah, I guess Bitcoin went up. You know what's weird about that is when Bitcoin first started, I got Bitcoin and I used a weird program to grab Bitcoins. It would basically go out and search for it. It's not like the new stuff they got now where they use video cards and I know I had almost 2 full Bitcoins and I put them in a wallet because you could store your Bitcoins in a crypto wallet and it gives you this long key. Don't know where it went. Have no idea. So that Bitcoin that's probably
You and
worth a
so many
lot of money.
thousands of other people
Yeah.
that can't remember any of their login information. 17K is a lot to spend on a wedding.
Yeah. How much is one Bitcoin? Yeah, it'll hit 1 million a coin eventually. Yeah, I don't even want to know how much one is because it's 102,000. Yeah. We could I'll never be able to find that because like I said, I got that when Bitcoin first started. But I was thinking this is never going to take off. It's never going to be anything, and I was wrong. I was wrong. I wish I would have kept that thing going that grabs spare Bitcoin stuff and makes, but no. You don't care what anyone says. Bitcoin is a scam. It's weird though because a lot of places will now accept Bitcoin as currency to buy stuff, and I'm like, damn, why are they flipping over to that? I wouldn't even begin. I'd be like, oh yeah, then we need to take this much of your Bitcoin to see for you to buy this or whatever. That wouldn't work out right.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth whatever somebody's willing to buy or trade for it. So the scary part about it is, like you said, it's worth $102,000 now. A couple months from now, it could be worth nothing.
They change your password and codes. I know for a fact I did it, and I know I had this long, gigantic key to be able to unlock it, and I'll never be able to find that because I think I stored it on a USB stick, and I'm sure that USB stick is long gone. So, c'est
But
la
as far
vie.
as the wedding, we just need to figure out a date. I was thinking Cinco de Mayo because we would never forget that, and we'd always have a reason to have a celebration.
Well, we
But
missed
then,
Cinco de Mayo.
but well, it snuck up on me, and then he was like, "Oh, that's my flyiversary," and I'm like, "All right, well, that's just not even going to be a thing now because I'm not going to compete with a paramotor."
There would be no competing. It would be
July is entirely too hot. August is too hot. I don't know. I tempted to just when we come back to just drag his ass down to York County and fill out a marriage license and just get it done.
yeah. Well, don't know, Will. I know at this point it's gone, and I wouldn't even think about getting into it now at this point. If you didn't get in it in the early days to make good money, now, like you had already been collecting Bitcoins, and now that the price went way up, would be a good time to sell. I don't see that. We
I'm
are
getting yours
getting our
next Friday.
next Friday. We are?
I didn't
Oh,
say that. Creed said that.
yeah. What does it mean we're getting? Oh, they have.
I'm assuming he means it's getting their marriage license next Friday.
Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah, next Friday is going to be up in the air for me as far as the show goes because I don't know. Now, I do believe that Dro is coming to Spring Wing. And y'all should remember Dro. He's been in the channel a few times. He broadcast for Aviator a few times. He came to
He,
the last
he's the
um
guy with the wolf.
yeah, he has a wolf and he came to Soar the Shore last year And he said he's coming to Spring Wing, and this time he's going to have Starlink. So if he has Starlink, I'll be able to broadcast using Starlink. If he lets me use it. I mean, I didn't clear
I
that
don't
with
think
him
it's a matter of being too late, Will. It's too expensive to get into now.
or anything.
Um,
Yeah, I think Bad Apples is going to be really awesome. I know that Dave and Matt Gregg at Ready to Paramotor, they're going to just be swamped with people. Not to mention that their website's supposed to open at the same time during Bad Apples. So I don't even know how they're going to function, knowing that they're all of a sudden going to get all these orders, but yet they're at a fly-in. They can't process the orders. Hopefully they got people at a warehouse that can do it for them, because when they open that up, if they get a bunch of orders, nobody's going to be there to fill the orders, and they guarantee all, hey, we'll ship it within 24 hours. They can't do that if they're not there.
all right. Good night, Cloud Chucker.
Yes, good luck, Cloud Chucker. We look forward to seeing you broadcast from your expo tomorrow, I assume. We'll be up at some point.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that, Will.
I don't know if it'll be while you're, while you're doing your live. I'll try to be there if I can. Remember, there's a 4-hour time difference right now because our time changed.
I don't even know if I'll be able to go to this thing he's going to next week, because I got to find out if I've got jury duty tomorrow.
Yeah. So 9 a.m. ish. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 a.m. for me. I died. Cloud Chucker, they ain't happening, man. I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. What's up, Cloud Chucker? I'd have to still be up. You definitely need to get some sleep then. Wow. When things slow down a bit, I'm gonna hit it hard. That's too funny. That's what she said.
No, that's cool, Will. The stop is a good thing.
Oh, you did get it working. We were talking about that, Will, before you came in. I'm glad you got it both going. You're good to go now, man. And if you ever decide to, you can add in the eco throttle also. You just got to pop that box open and add it to one of the other channels that you're not using. So if you're using A and B, you could hook it to C. You just have to put that on normally open switch. Normally,
yeah, you got your math backwards,
instead of normally open like they do on all the other ones. And then you can make that work, which I had to disconnect it from my switch because it was making it not work. So I got my throttle down, my eco mode on one of my buttons now. But yeah, I'm glad you got it working, man. Now you'll be able to sit in the van and just start up that generator. Is that not cool or what? Boom, just start it up. Yeah, Will could make a video. He could make another Just the Tip video just on generator stuff. Oh, you had the all hooked to the eco switch? Well, that would be a problem, Will. That would do it. No wonder Will had problems. You hooked it to the wrong wires, man.
Probably that's what they do. So yeah, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I can call and find out if I have to report for jury duty. So what I was told was that if you get selected for the jury for these particular types of cases, that they'll be able to let you know if it's a 1-day trial or a 2-day trial. Now, she also did say that if you've got plans just let them know when they do their jury selection that you are going to be out of town or whatever. Um, so I'll try that and see how that works. Um, it's going to be tough leaving work again for 3 days because I got a shitload of stuff that's supposed to be happening, and I know for damn sure they're not going to do any of it, but part of me cares and part of me does not give a shit, so that's a struggle. 120 miles, 3 days a week.
Okay, Boots demanded food right then.
Oh,
She
well.
meowed at me and then ran over to the bag and was like, "You know what I want." So
Mm.
I had to give her some food. I think they should just select unemployed people to do jury duty, right? CDC.
Eh, I don't know about that, but the one part
Well,
that I don't like about jury duty is why do I have to call you? Obviously, you have my fucking information, right? So just text me if you need me. Don't make me call you. It's a Bud Light, Creed, because I was too lazy to make a beverage and there was one in the refrigerator.
there should be two in the
It's
refrigerator.
No, I drank one the other day. It's
Oh,
probably like a year old or something, but I don't care. It's in a can. It's fine.
wow. 120 miles, 3 days a week for your wife's
I
45-minute
I
hip
do, Tony.
therapy. Damn, John.
I got burnt. I'm leaving flakes of skin everywhere I go because I'm feeling
Oh,
like
I
a
can
damn
be up for
lizard
that,
too.
King Cobra. Thank you for letting me know. I must have missed it, but
You did. I said that earlier that you got your times backwards, but you don't listen to me when I speak.
I was making a drink.
It was before you got your ass up out of the chair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Mom's gonna have to call Monday to find out if she's got to go to jury duty. Um, we'll see. But yeah, John, that's hard, man. 120 miles, 3 days a week. Good lord, that's that's dedication right there. See, Scuba is starting. What? What do you mean, Tony?
He's always been like that. He never listens to me.
I
I swear
already.
when I speak, he hears wah 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 wah.
Yeah, we already understand each other. We understand our wows.
Mm-hmm.
You're down
I don't have a
31
couple more beers.
pounds.
Here, there's an elbow for you, Will.
Creed, that is awesome. You didn't pull the shirt back far enough to see the whole
Yeah,
elbow.
I know. It's because I have to unbutton my sleeves.
31 pounds that's a lot of weight, Creed. That's freaking awesome, man.
I found them, Creed. My damn pants are too tight.
Even when I was hardcore keto, I think I got down 40 pounds tops. Was it 40? Because I was 240. I got down to 205. Yeah, I was right around 40 pounds total.
Excuse me.
Oh, day 16. How the hell did you lose that much in 16 days?
See, they look sharper from this angle. I don't know why.
Those
I
are
got
deadly. Those are
hooked
deadly
elbows.
weapons. We're gonna have to
They
get them
are.
things registered.
Damn. Excuse me. That's why I don't
Burping
drink
like
beer.
crazy.
It makes me burp. It's damn carbonation.
Uh-oh. It says I'm offline. I doubt that.
No, we're back.
It's yeah, and it just now came back up. That's crazy though. 31 pounds, man. I wish I could lose that this quick for the fly-in, but that ain't happening. Luckily, hopefully I'm not gonna be running. If there's wind, like if we have a 6 mile an hour wind, I'm probably going to foot launch though, because
I don't give a shit, CDC.
trike is
There's nothing ladylike about me except for my boobs. And technically, that's not even ladylike because I know plenty of men that have boobs.
hey, don't look at me. I ain't got no boobs.
What? I wasn't looking at you.
My boobs are flat.
I was gonna say something. Yeah, but the only reason I want to lose weight is so I can fit in my clothes because I'm too cheap to buy bigger ones. Well,
Um,
that, and I'd like to be able to bend over and breathe, but
bend over and breathe. I remember that when I was. I don't think I'm back up to that weight now, but trying to bend over, tie my shoes or something, that is
they
hard to
do
breathe because
they do get in the way,
you're
Will.
pushing against all that. Like, ugh.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I eat a lot. Like today, the only thing I've had to eat is I had a cup of coffee for breakfast. I had a handful of goldfish that were left over, and then I had a Pop Tart.
Well,
Um,
Munchkin likes to eat pistachios. I'm telling
yeah,
y'all
and then
right
a handful
now.
of pistachios.
She will put away some damn. We buy like 2 or 3 pounds of pistachios every time we go to Sam's Club, and she just demolishes those things. I like pistachios too. I used to eat
They're
them
they're
not
afraid
as
of
much
heights,
as she
CDC.
does. She's got some kind of thing with pistachios, man. I will eat. I don't mind eating quite a few, but she will put a dent in that canister every time.
I love pistachios. Yeah, CDC. My ass and my boobs are both afraid of heights.
I'm
But
glad it's
hey,
pistachios and not. Oh, I would love to buy a big old box of chocolate and eat that constantly and keep going back and buying chocolate because that would be bad.
no,
Pistachios
I
are
like
delicious.
pistachios.
Yes.
Um,
And not the lightly salted pistachios because those suck.
they are, and so my stomach is not happy with the amount of pistachios I've been eating. So I was looking it up. I know, Creed, I know, but it's very difficult. I try when we have groceries to make a sandwich and bring. I got the fancy bread, the 11 grain bread, because that's better for you. Try to make a sandwich. Um, I just it's very difficult.
King Cobra, that's
Because
funny. Well, I mean,
bread and stuff doesn't last like it used to. You get it, and 3 days later, it's fucking molded and shit. Um, but anyway, I Googled how many pistachios are too many pistachios. And they were saying that, you could have, I think it was like 2.5 ounces a day. And that's like 90
red
pistachios.
hot
I don't eat
pistachios?
that many pistachios.
I haven't seen red hot pistachios. Those would be nice. I'd love that. And
Linda,
Munchkin
I
wouldn't take them.
made the mistake of accidentally purchasing a push up bra. I thought it was slightly padded. I did not realize it was a push up.
We won. We
And
won.
that was stupid. Um, they don't need to be that close to my face. They weren't that close to my face when I was 16. I certainly don't need to be able to take a nap on my own boobs. Exactly, Scott. They had water bras too, um, which I've known people that have sprung a leak.
And a water bra?
Now, yeah, now their boobies are lopsided because they popped one. Um,
I would laugh my butt off. Hey, one of your boobs is slightly smaller than the other one.
yeah, I like cashews too. I really like macadamia nuts, but they're expensive and hard to find a giant bag of. I found some at was it Sam's Club or Costco? They had a big thing of macadamia nuts, but they tasted rancid. There ain't nothing worse than a rancid nut of any sort, and I just didn't want to eat any more of them because they were gross.
I know the last time we went to Spring Wing, it was quite comfortable in that tent.
Hmm.
It was never too
Oh,
hot.
you were complaining it was cold.
Yeah, but I had that really thick blanket. I was perfect once I got up under that blanket. And the cots were comfortable. I'm surprised how comfortable they were. And this time we have a outdoor carpet to throw the outdoor mat. It is carpet.
750, I think they said, will 90 pistachios, 750 calories. Tony, yes, one is always bigger than the other, just like one arm is always longer than the other. Our eyes are not symmetrical either.
Well, let's just point out all our faults.
Well, I mean, that's human beings. It's just, I mean, they're not
Linda,
supposed to be so lopsided that it's noticeable, but
if y'all ever watch Linda's show, she will give you a bunch of facts that you probably will never. It will be a bunch of useless but pertinent information. I don't know how
were
to explain
were
it.
you eating them in the shell, Will? You don't eat the shells.
I'm gonna start taking them out of the shell. I do lick the inside of the shell because that's where the salt is. I will do that. So all my shells are tainted. Munchkin don't
Macadamias are
even.
your third
I
favorite nut.
like after you pop open the pistachio and get the nut out. There's always a little piece of the shell that stays stuck, or a little piece of the skin of the nut that stays stuck to the shell. That's where the most flavor is. I
Yeah, I
think
ain't trying to
Munchkin
do all that.
disagrees, but I like that part. That's the part that's chewy
Why
and
are you staring at me, ma'am?
tastes good. Macadamias are good in cookies. I bought a giant bag of macadamia nuts and they didn't taste good.
No,
And I
I
was
just told.
disappointed because
I
of that.
just said that they tasted rancid.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I told you he doesn't fucking
I
listen
thought
to
you were talking
me.
about some other nut. I didn't know.
No, macadamia nuts.
Yeah, they didn't taste right. Have you got a dud pistachio
I
all the
I ha-
time, Will?
So do you mean the duds that are overcooked so they're just like a shriveled little husk, or one that's empty? Because both are duds. Um, I would rather eat a shriveled little pistachio than a rancid peanut, though,
They
because
have
that'll ruin
pistachio land
everything.
in New Mexico. Don't tell Munchkin that. We'll be going to New Mexico.
They have baklava trays at Costco too, um, that are delicious. Yeah, but you know what? Well, when you buy a 3 pound bag, the ones that are empty are usually floating around in there somewhere. So that's one of the benefits of getting to the bottom of the jug. Because I have one of those Tupperware containers that holds 3 pounds perfectly. Um, and then you end up getting a handful of the
Brazil nuts
shellless
are
ones.
weird. I
I
did
used to eat Brazil nuts as a kid because the old people I hung out with had a bowl of
I
the
did play my
fancy nuts
cards
for the
right last
nutcracker.
night because Munchkin ordered lumpia, and she told me if I touched her lumpia, she was going to stab me with a fork.
I did.
So I did not touch her lumpia, but I knew that she would get full before she ate, and it was only 6 lumpias or maybe 7 tops. But at the very end, she let me have her last piece of lumpia. So and that stuff is delicious, man.
Hmm.
I need to be able to make that here at home because not labia,
Not
lumpia,
labia. I don't know.
lumpia. Look it up. Lumpia, lumpia. It's basically it's like a spring
Filipino egg
roll,
roll.
except it has chicken or steak in it, and they're freaking delicious, man. And they bring you out this sauce with it that's like a sweet sauce, and you
I don't
can
use the
dip it in
sauce.
there, and that's good stuff, man.
It's Filipino and they're delicious. They've got
Yeah.
like the egg roll wrappers, the really thin, crispy
What the heck is a
shells.
lumpia? Wow, Will.
Um,
Next time, whenever you come up here, if you come up here for Soar the Shore, we're going to have to get some lumpia so you can try it.
like they're gonna have a Filipino restaurant over on the Eastern
No,
Shore.
we'll have to bring some with us to the fly-in so he could try it.
Yeah, it's like shredded seasoned meat, whether that be chicken, beef, or pork, and they have cabbage in them, and they're delicious.
They are so damn good. You will be
Hmm.
like, "Oh my god, I got to eat those so fast that yeah,
They're tasty
they're
snackies.
very good.
Hmm.
Very addictive, like pistachios. The lumpia is the same way. You can just eat those back to back. And depending on if they're homemade or a restaurant, the restaurant, those are pretty small. Usually the ones that I eat that are homemade are a little bit bigger, but
So the ones that Jessa gave me the hookup, Lumpia, Lumpia. The ones that Jessa gave me the hookup for in Virginia Beach, um,
maybe trash bag.
those are thinner. I prefer those over the thicker ones because I've noticed when they're thicker, it's not thicker because there's more meat. They put more cabbage in there.
Yep.
Um, so the thin ones
You
from
had some
whatever that
fish.
restaurant is.
Linda had some fish for lunch.
Yeah.
Some walleye.
So did you ever tell them? So we were last time we were at Chihuahuas, right?
Uh-oh.
Sitting there having a drink, eavesdropping on the ladies that were behind us. And I almost made Scuba spit out his drink because she said, I'm not a huge fish person.
Oh,
And I mumbled under my breath, thank God, because that would be terrifying. Yeah.
yeah.
And,
She
you know,
said I'm not a huge fish person. Much like thank God. And then what did the other lady say? I wrote it. I wrote it in my
I don't
notes.
remember. You
I
made a
have it in
note.
my notes on my phone because I was like, what?
He pulled a Roger and added that to the
I
list.
literally wrote it. Look, I'm not a huge fish person. I'm not a big white meat person.
Technically, that's a lie
I'm not a
because
big white meat person. That's what she said after that. And I'm
people are considered white meat. We're like pork. That's why they call us long pork.
I'm not a fish
That
person.
sounds good, Will. Yes, a giant fish person. I like, well, I don't know if red cabbage and purple cabbage are the same, but
Oh, Will.
I like purple cabbage.
Since Will never found the Velcro, I just ordered some Velcro, Will. Thanks. I needed Velcro this big. So I found on Amazon, I found 10 pair of Velcro that's 4x2, which should be exactly this size. And I can just, you found it? A lot of good that does me, Will. It's okay. I got some, I'll have some tomorrow. I need it for the fly-in so I can hook up this battery pack, which will, the Ace Pro, though, has been really good on battery life. So I'm going to have to try it without a battery first to see how long it lasts, if it'll make it the whole flight or what. It's going to be interesting because this will be my first time using that camera to fly with to see how well the sound works and all that stuff. We'll see. I've only tested on the ground so far.
I like it because it's spicy, kind of like radishes. I like radishes too. You know, radishes don't get enough love.
I don't like
They
radish.
stopped putting them in salads and stuff. I like purple cabbage and radishes in my
I'm not a
salads.
big fan. I'm not a big fan of those.
I really am craving a giant salad with all kinds of goodies on it.
I do have a couple of the new Tucker Got shirts if y'all want to see. Um, so this shirt is Risky Biscuits with the skull. Looks like he's drinking gasoline. And here's the back. Find your fire. Pretty cool shirt.
There should not be fire involved in paramotoring.
One of them I've already worn, which has the chick on it, which is one of the designs that there was 3 new designs. I got all 3 designs because I'm crazy like that.
Yes, because that's exactly what he needs is more fucking t-shirts.
And I want to win that damn paramotor, that trike. So, not that I'll win from buying 3 shirts, but you can't win if you don't enter. So at least I got a couple things. If I win that trike, then I can take Munchkin flying because it's a tandem trike.
No,
Yes,
no.
I will convince you.
I don't even like you flying. My ass ain't getting up there. No. I have
I'm
no
entered
desire.
in the drawing, Tony. So wherever 3 shirts equals every $5 you spend is an entry. So I got multiple $5 in there.
So I bought something way cooler than Velcro and more t-shirts. So I have AirPods, right? But I don't use them because I have little bitty ear holes and they always fall out and I don't want to lose one. So there's a pair of earrings. I saw Pink wearing them on an interview one time and thought, well, that's cool. But I figured she probably had them made or something because she's rich and shit. But no, they sell them. I found them on Amazon. So they're little dangly earrings that have a little clear silicone strap that you hook your AirPods in. That way, if it falls out your ear, then it's just hanging there. I found another pair that were actual like studs that that you stuck them in that would just hold them up into your ears into the necessary position. So I got them
Tony,
because that's
wouldn't it
cool.
be funny if you won? I would die laughing. That would be hilarious. But like, look, Tony freaking won. It's like Tony bought a sticker. I'm entered, damn it.
I mean,
Is
that's all it
Angela at
takes
another Trump rally?
to get a entry, right?
I was surprised to see that the new pope is American.
You and everybody else.
Yeah, there's never been a pope in history that was American, but now we have one.
Nope. Pope Bob from Chicago. I saw
Pope Bob.
somebody on Reddit said, "Anybody dare me to eat a hot dog with ketchup on it in front of the Pope to see how committed to Jesus he really is?" I thought that was pretty funny.
Ah,
A Republican?
Republican. She's at Walmart looking for a job. Hell yeah. Maybe she can get us some Walmart discounts.
I mean, they sound great. I like the fact that I can set them to block out outside sound or that I can hear outside sound. What I don't like is the fact that one of them consistently falls out of my ear.
You know, I'll say this as far as AirPods go. I got multiple different kinds of pods. I got these, which were dirt cheap. These are Lasunis. I don't even think they sell them anymore. These actually sound really good for how, wow, believe it or not, they're still charged up. I don't know how that's possible. I haven't hooked these up in a year. Then I have the normal AirPods Pro, and then I have some Beats AirPods. Out of all of them, though, I still think the AirPods sound the best. The Lasunis are a close second. I got some other headphones that were decently priced, and they don't have enough volume for me. I was gonna let Munchkin use them to do the show with, but we didn't get that far, so I don't even know where I put them at this point. But I have some more headphones. They were having one of those flash sales at Amazon, so I had to get them. I don't know where half my stuff is at this point. Oh, remembering to take stuff, and I know Munchkin's making a list of stuff we need to take, which is great because she will remember the important stuff. I will forget most of the stuff that I need, which 90% of the stuff that I'll forget is camera related. I'm sure.
Well, I'm not making a list for that crap because
no, I know you're not. That's why I have to make a list
your
myself.
paramotor list is all you.
Yeah. Soundcore is good. Yeah, over the ear headphones are do sound better. Scott,
me.
I agree as far as that goes. I have Beats headphones somewhere. I got headphones all over. Oh, the other headphones are laying in there on the kitchen table. They probably would sound really good even if I hooked them up now, but any kind of inner audio are really bad for your ears. That's why are making a big comeback. Big comeback. The ear headphones, yeah, the ones that go over your ear. Yeah, so that's what I got, but yeah, they're in the kitchen. I'm not going in there to get those just for that. I did find the spare battery for the Ace Pro 2, so I will have 2 batteries for it, which should be plenty enough for any flight time that I can get in one session before there's too many thermals or before it's dark. So, and then I can charge the batteries back up. So, where did I get that laser again? I posted a link for it, Tony. There's a couple of places to get it, but mainly as far as the laser goes, you have to be very careful because a lot of them are scammerish and they don't put out the power that they say. So that laser was right. Oh, there it is. But you're looking for one that this one says CN lasers on the actual Well, you can't really see it, but and it has a key lock on the bottom, which I've screwed up, but I got it turned on, so it doesn't matter, which you can't even see it right now unless it's pointing directly away. And I can't point at anything black too long because it'll burn it. But yeah, this is exactly what it looks like. Has a big top end. Batteries, are they 21700? They're button top though, so I can't use my normal mod batteries for them. Yeah. No, they're 18650, dual 18650 batteries that face down. Make sure that the positive tip is pointing down. If you put them in the other way, you'll burn up your laser. You don't want to do that. But yeah, this thing, if I had a match or something, I'll show you, will literally light the match on fire really fast. It's got no problem with that. I've already ruined my eyes with that green laser, and I don't want to do it with this one.
Yes, please don't.
In the dark, that thing is it's crazy how bright this thing is. I know y'all can't tell from the camera, but it is crazy bright.
Well, these are
Oh
stale
no,
as
if
hell.
you pointed at a camera, your camera's destroyed. Like if I pointed that laser directly at the camera, yeah, it would destroy it. You would never even get to see what it looks like because the camera would die. It just burned the whole sensor up out of there.
They're still hot as a motherfucker, though.
What's hot? Oh, the curly. Yeah. That's the brightest I've ever saw a laser. They have brighter ones. The brighter you get, the more expensive it's going to be. Go out and point it at Langley? No.
Let's not.
No. Langley would not like that. You might get in trouble with it. Yeah, I make it a point to make sure I don't point at any aircraft or anything with it. I can literally shoot way up into the sky. I don't point it near any aircraft. That would be very stupid. And this is the thing, right, that I don't get. People think they can get away with shining a laser at an airplane. It literally pinpoints exactly where you are. All you do is follow the beam down. He's right there. It's not like you're bouncing it off a bunch of mirrors. It's going straight up from you to the plane. And they're like, he's right there. You're busted, man. So you want one you can point at the moon and see it. Good luck with that, Tony. I don't think that I can see mine on the moon. Maybe with a telescope. Like if I could point it at the moon, then get a telescope, then look at the moon. The problem is the further it gets away from you, the further the beam, the wider it gets. So the less focused the beam is, and it's going to get a lot lighter. It's just going to be like turns the whole moon a different shade of blue or whatever. You wouldn't really be able to see it. Diffraction. Yeah, there you go, Scott. I've been drinking, man. Give me some slack. I could definitely point it at a cloud, no problem. Probably light up a cloud. Green is the best because green is the easiest for the eye to see. Green lasers used to be really expensive. Now, for some reason, blues were cheaper, but now greens are making a comeback, and I think greens are more expensive now because they know that's the easiest one for the eye to see, so they're making greens expensive. Wicked Lasers has some really nice lasers, but they're very expensive. No, not red. Red, you can see the red. You won't even be able to see the beam, but you can see the dot that it makes. Green lasers, you can see the full beam. Blue lasers, you can see the full beam. But you need to be in line with the laser beam. If you're looking at it from the side, you really can't see it that good. You need to be in line with the beam. Then you see the beam really good. Exactly, Will. There you go. Red, you can just see the dot. How come most dots have, yeah, they have red dots for shooting because
Because you
of
don't
that
want them
very
to see the
fact.
beam.
They don't want you to see the beam,
Hey,
Tony.
Tony.
The red dot shows up on the person they're aiming at, and that's it. But they can't follow the beam back to the source. That's why they use those. So, what's up, Tony? Tony the dumbass, King Dumbass himself, the caffeine kid. All the way from the big state of Alabama. How's that internet treating y'all down there in Alabama? We had someone shine a laser around here. We had the local air base at night ops. Police got called. They sent a police chopper out. They located him and he was arrested. Damn.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't doubt it. We had somebody come in the office a couple days ago from Langley, and she actually works with the aircraft. So I got to talk to her for a little while, her and her husband. And I was telling her about me getting in trouble with Langley because I flew too close to the base. And she said, yeah, they had a lot of problems with drones flying over the base. And I was like, that is stupid. I would never do that. I was like, I have a drone, and I wouldn't even think about going near Langley with that drone. Matter of fact, I think I've only taken it out once since I've been here, just because how close Langley is. I don't want to get in trouble with Langley, but
I still think you should, when they start doing the fireworks in the summer, that you should just send it straight up so
we
can
could
see
do
the
that.
fireworks from
We could
the sky.
definitely do that. Film the fireworks, because we can see the fireworks from our house, but it's kind of hid by some trees, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have a drunk neighbor that likes shooting fireworks off on the 4th of July. That's his thing,
And
man.
we've got other drunk neighbors that just the other morning, it was like 2 a.m. They shot off 2 giant fireworks.
We should go out there this year with like a giant wall with a little peephole, like, all right, we're ready. Because he tried to kill me last year.
I mean, he did feel bad and was like, I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna put everything away. And we were all like, nah, nothing's on fire. We're good. Keep going.
Right? Damn, is this dead? I guess I can't vape the pods anymore. I'm done.
I think Michelle burnt my cotton last night.
She might have. She kept her sister would grab the mod, fire it, move it away from her mouth, and keep holding the fire button. It's like, really? Let go of the button. And that was only after half of one of Margarita, and she was already doing that. So
yeah.
But Langley, you know, they had the air show, but they have been flying every day, and now they're flying in formation a lot around the house. They're flying really close together, and I'm thinking they're trying to copy the Thunderbirds. And it looks really scary with the F-35s, or it's either F-35 or the F-22 that they're flying right above our house right now. It's one of those two. That's usually what they fly here is F-22s and F-35s. The Raptor, which that thing has got some crazy stunts that thing can do. It can pretty much stall and then pull right back out of it and keep going. It looks like good old Avery Flies has been posting a lot of videos. He's doing, I don't think he is running an actual school, but he is training some people from what I've seen from his videos. And he's not doing a bad job. I mean, he's doing great at it. I'm wondering if he's actually getting paid to train people or he's just helping people out. Either way, he's definitely given some good instructions. I've watched his videos and it's like, damn, he's actually teaching them the right way instead of the, oh, do whatever you want way. Yeah, you're right, trash bag. They do stuff that airplanes shouldn't do.
I mean, they look like they're having fun though.
They will literally come when they did the air show. They will come and
It's
stall,
almost empty,
and
Scott.
then like literally they're like traveling at like walking speed right in front of you.
No, it's significantly faster than that,
Well,
but
it's faster
compared
than
to how
that, but
fast they were going, it looks very slow.
they were going really slow across the runway there. And then they just literally lean forward and take off. And then they'll go way straight up and then pretty much plane out and spin and then take back off again. It looks like they're going to crash, but they don't. They take
I
off.
still like it when they fly by and flash their bay doors. You know, looky what we got in here. That's pretty cool.
The demonstrator platform before the F-22 was dual axis vectoring that could do stuff the F-22 still can't do. Really? You're milking that beer. I know, right, Scott? She will milk a
It's almost gone.
12-ounce can until it's hot. And we don't have any more Bud Light. I mean, that Bud Light is old. Let me tell you, I've had that a long time. Before the whole debacle, that's how old that
I
Bud
don't
Light
think
is.
that is from then. I think this is stuff that Patrick and Katie brought over and left behind.
So each engine TV were independent of one another. Huh? Trying to figure out. What was cool is that at the air show they would fly by and open their bomb bay doors, you know, they're like flashing you. And then they would go up and shoot off flares, which were pretty cool to see. They'll shoot off a bunch of flares as they tumble down out of the sky. That's pretty cool. Oh, okay. Thrust vectoring. Yeah, all that. I don't think Langley has any helicopters whatsoever. I've not seen any there, except the ones that come over from different bases. Langley doesn't store helicopters. They
No.
only have jets there.
When we lived in Lee Hall, we got the tickets. We had those a lot over there.
That's not to say that Langley don't have helicopters that visit, because they do all the time, but they're not based out of Langley. Langley is strictly like, if there's a problem, like that balloon that got shot down, that came from Langley. They will take off in 2 minutes and be on it in no time. They are
But
quick
most of the time,
responders.
they're just flying around here, flying over our heads, making a bunch of racket while you're trying to talk on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
People
imagine.
got bumper stickers that say "I love jet noise." One of the local radio stations has a song they play on the morning show about crashing on the interstate because you're too busy staring up at the jets.
That it is crazy. The amount of taxpayer money they're spending on that jet fuel, good lord. They fly all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Even today, when I thought the weather wasn't good, they were flying today too. They don't care.
They've got canopies.
Yeah, I mean they're fine flying in that jet, but it wasn't good for flying paramotor today, that's for sure.
No, they're a little different.
Yeah. There you go, King Cobra. Make it spin. I just hope that we get some good flying weather. I hope that Bad Apples also gets really good flying weather. I've been looking forward to this for a while now, because I haven't flown since Fly for Gauge. And even then was just one flight, and then I did that big screw up. So I need some redemption. I need my redemption flight right now. So it'd be nice to get some low flying clouds that I can go over. But if it doesn't happen, that's fine. I just wish it would. I don't want to go through the clouds. I want to go over them.
Excuse me.
You've got the burps tonight, I tell you.
I'm trying to find the damn article that I saw on Facebook, but Facebook sucks and likes to fucking refresh itself for no fucking reason. Where they're talking about how many accidents have happened on J. Clyde since they closed that lane, um, or right there on the interstate. And I
Dude,
can't find it now,
what?
dude.
What, Will?
What?
What's dude? He just said dude.
Yeah, he's ragging on me for burping constantly. I can't help it. Beer is
Oh.
carbonated. It makes me burp. But it also makes me have to pee a lot,
Hey,
which is why I
I'm in
don't
the
drink
top
beer.
coin persons? I got
Oh
15
boy.
million, but I don't have a billion like Wally does.
Oh, I'm not in the top anymore. That's bullshit.
Hey, you know, Cloud Chucker's got 51 million. Cloud Chucker gambles a lot though. So I could see where he would make a lot. And then Scorp's over a billion also. Man, they got a lot of coins. Good Lord. I'm surprised I'm in the top at
Speaking of
all.
peeing, I'll be right back.
I have to make sure. Let me type in the chat so that the bot knows I'm here because apparently my watch hours are really low. So that's the other thing. We do have Oceana air show coming up, and the one we went to at Langley had the Thunderbirds. The Oceana air show, you have to pay for tickets, but it is the Blue Angels. So I'm sure it's going to be an awesome show. I don't know how much tickets are, but they're not cheap. And I don't remember when it's happening. I'll see. But apparently they've sold so many tickets. They're already bragging about how many tickets they've sold to this event. And by now, if I order, I'll probably be out in the top tier bleacher somewhere where I can't see anything. But I'll have to see.
I mean, good thing they're in the sky, so that's not a problem.
Well, I mean, you said so it's at an airport, right? Not like a stadium.
It's Oceana Naval Air Station.
Oh, okay, so
It's a base. Just like Langley. It just happens to be in Virginia Beach.
See you, Creed.
Litter box reeks.
Oh, let me show y'all something I got. I have this. This is a plastic welding gun kit, which they're like $30 on Amazon. I'm gonna try to explain how this thing works. Every once in a while, you might get something that's plastic that breaks, right? So what this gun does, it's kind of like a soldering iron. It melts the plastic, and then you take and put one of these metal pieces in there, and it holds and it melts all that together along with that. So it comes in a nice plastic case. So
I haven't drank enough to not care about muting myself.
Lots of these staple things. That's one bag. There's 4 bags of those in here, and some cutters, some dikes. I just knocked something over. They also have one that's like a blade cutter. They have another one that looks like, man, there's so many bits in here and pieces, more blades. The gun itself looks like this. So those little metal pieces stick in here, and when you pull the trigger, it gets it super hot, and you can meld. Can I show the entire kit? I can try, Will. Uh-oh, stuff's falling out. I dropped something out of it. I'll drop something more. You can see the dikes right there in plastic, and then there's a razor blade down there. That's with the little notches. But I'm dropping so much stuff out of here. I'd have to give you a link to a video of a lady that uses this, and she welds together some plastic. So say something on the paramotor that's plastic that breaks, you could use this and basically fix it, which I think is pretty cool. There's also all this in there. These are different color plastics. So if you need to melt red, orange, blue, green, whatever into it, you could do that. Let me just get y'all a link, and that way you can find it without me sitting here trying to show you. You may not have, you don't have to use this for paramotoring, obviously, but you could use this to fix something that's broke.
John Wayne said he used it to fix the lid on his tractor.
Nice. There you go. Let me see if I can find the order for it. I will find it. It's because there it is right there. So where's the button to share it? There it is. And that just brought me to an image. I'm trying to share the damn thing. There it is. Copy link. So here's the link to it right there. It's $31. It's 27% off right now, but you can get different colors also. They got blue, black, red. But that shows everything that comes in the kit.
Now, was that the person you watched that John Wayne said the Chicanic?
Yeah, I think it was. Chicanic. I think you're right, John. I saw that and I was like, damn, that's pretty neat. I could use that. Harbor Freight sells them too? Really? I did not know that. I'll be damned. Well, that one's on Amazon. There's a link for it if you want, but yeah, pretty much, Scott. It's basically, it looks like a paper clip that heats, it gets red hot and melts down into the plastic. And then you leave that in there and then you just cut the edges off. And then that kind of helps hold the plastic together. But the main thing is that getting hot like that, you're melting the plastic back together instead of trying to take two pieces of plastic and tape them back together, which isn't going to hold for crap. Melting the plastic together will. So yeah, that's what you're doing. I'm going to need another pod before we go. And I can't really afford right now to be buying more pods, so I don't know what I'm going to
need more pistachio nuts.
Yeah, well, we can get that sometime this weekend.
Yeah, because payday isn't until, was it Thursday?
He repairs Mazda Miata radios. Cool. See, stuff like that. I mean, I don't mind soldering stuff. I love soldering. But plastic welding, I mean, now you're not gonna, I'll tell you this, you're not gonna take a prop that broke in half, this carbon fiber, and try to melt that and fix your prop. That's not what it's for. So don't think you can do that. This is not to repair props with, all right? Just so you know. That would be hilarious. Yeah, I melted the thing and made my prop work. That would not be good. It would not work.
I'm going to have to balance my checkbook and pay bills tomorrow to figure out how much money I have to spend on groceries and stuff for the trip.
Well, yeah, we don't get paid again until we're there, which sucks because we'll already be there. Have to run back out and be like, okay, now I got money. I can go get stuff, but we'll already be there.
I mean, there's a Food Lion 10 miles down the road, so it's not like...
Yeah. I mean, we can do that. It doesn't matter because, I mean, it's like the first day or so, or the next day, Thursday, I think is when we get paid, so...
I've just said that.
Oh, did you? Okay. Right, exactly, dire thing. They're not for load bearing or high vibration, but it'll hold stuff. You guys are always going on trips and spending a lot of money. I don't think so, CDC. I mean, we went to Fly for Gauge. We did have to spend, well, no. Munchkin spent a lot of money going to Fly for Gauge.
Mhm.
If it would have been me, we would have been down there broke as hell. I'm telling you right now. I'll probably have to rent a van. That sucks, bad apple. That sucks, bad apples. Really? That sucks, John. I hope you get to make it, bud, because I know this bad apples is going to be pretty awesome, considering all the people that's going. I doubt that. I mean, I know Kyle O'Glee acted like he was going. I doubt he's going to show up. If he does, I'll be very disappointed that I didn't
You're
go.
just telling
But
yourself that so you don't feel horrible.
yeah, if he shows up, I'm going to feel bad. Make sure y'all get videos and pictures with Kyle O'Glee and tell him Scuba said, hey, I don't know why he said I owned a vape shop in that interview, but hey, I don't care. He was
I mean, you
close.
might as well. He is a fanboy.
Fanboy, yeah.
Everyone's got a man crush on Kylo.
Kyle O'Glee is probably one of the most down-to-earth, laid-back paramotor instructors that's out there right now. And I know that Gorilla's pretty laid back also. I can't speak for all the other instructors that are out there. I know one that I would never go to, but I'm not going to mention his name. We already had experience with that son of a gun. But Kyle was really laid back. That was the main reason. Where's Bad Apples?
Georgia,
it is in
Harry.
Andersonville, Georgia. So it is pretty far south Georgia. Oh, you're fine, Scott. You can go ahead and do it. I don't mind saying that I'm a Kyle O'Glee fanboy.
I haven't found one person so far that isn't.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm originally from Georgia, so it's like I'd be going home, but
You ain't going home. This
it's
is your
far
home.
south. It's real far south Georgia. I wouldn't normally be there, but I mean, if I did live in Georgia, it'd be like, hey, it's right down the road. But no,
But you don't.
I don't. So, where the Civil War POW camp was. Oh, I don't even know about that one, John Wayne. I should, because hell. Do you think the metal tip? Well, that's the thing. Will, every one of those staples, that's what you put in there every time. So anytime you use one of those, it stays stuck in the plastic. That's why they give you a crap ton of them. It heats that staple up, and that's what goes down into the plastic. You need to watch one of the videos of that lady using it.
It is southwest of Macon.
Yeah, it's way down there. So when you pull that trigger on that gun, it heats that staple up red hot so that it'll melt through the plastic. As it goes down into the plastic gets gooey and melts over the top of it. Then you let off and let it cool down. And then the two ends that were sticking in the gun, you let that come out and you cut the extra off the top. And then you have a piece of metal holding the plastic together, along with the plastic itself being fused from melting together, so it makes a strong bond. That's what it's for. So the tip itself, there is no tip. The staples are the tip. So yeah, you replace those every time you use one. But since you can buy them separately, and not to mention that they give you 8 billion of them of different sizes and shapes, you won't run out anytime soon.
How many exactly is a gabillion?
A gabillion is more than a million, but not much as a shit ton.
Oh, okay.
You thought you was going to catch me on that, huh?
Yeah, we don't have any more easy access beverages. What do we got? A watermelon mojito. Blech, gross. And what is this? Bud Light Next. I don't know what that is either. I don't want that.
Bud Light Next. That's in the fridge?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember that being in there.
I don't know what it is.
Andersonville was the POW camp. Gotcha, John. I get it. I never went to Andersonville when I lived in Georgia. The farthest southwest I went was Noonan, pretty much. Bud Light is for sissies. Okay, CDC. I drink what's available, you know, so if it's Corona or Michelob Ultra, I will not. I don't like drinking Coors or Miller of. I don't drink Miller of any type. If it's Miller Light, Miller anything, I just do not like the way Miller tastes. Being honest.
I prefer Hefeweizens myself, but
I mean, I don't drink a lot of beer though. I'm more of a liquor fan, so because liquor's quicker, and that's I like quick.
woo,
Why go the slow route to get the same job done? Um, I do know that I never fly if I've been drinking, so I will wait. Bud Ice,
I
I
don't
like
drink
Bud Ice
anything
too.
ice. It gives me a headache.
Bud Ice is good. I will. That's what I will get most of the time if I can. I like that in the bottle though, not the can. So that's just me. Um, but yeah, I don't drink if I ever know I'm going to be flying. I don't drink at all. I will wait until I've landed for the last time and know that I'm not going back up. Then I'll drink. But other than that, you're not going to catch me drinking and flying. That's about the stupidest thing I think I could ever do. Bottle is great, right, Harry? I agree. Bottle is the way to go.
Woo.
You're drinking Miller Lite, Scott. I don't know how you do it. I'm not saying I'm sure that it's fine, but I do not like Miller. That's just me. What is
Those
this
are
a
hot.
picture? What is this a picture of?
I don't know.
So it's showing, I guess, the beers of the different states. So our state is Budweiser. North
Well, yeah, we got
Carolina,
Anheuser-Busch is in
North
Williamsburg.
Carolina is Bud Light. Terrapin's Georgia, which that doesn't even make sense. So Indiana is Miller Lite. I mean, I don't know what this list is. Is that what they consider the
It's probably the
most popular beverage in each state? Um, does any of them say like Corona or anything? Coors Light is Nevada.
I don't like
Well, of
IPAs.
course, Dos Equis is Arizona.
Dos Equis.
Yeah. Coors Light is Kansas. A lot of these
Coors.
states are Budweiser, believe it or not. I mean, a lot of these states are Budweiser.
It is, and
I guess,
we have Total Wine that's got a lot of craft beers, but most of the ones aren't real Hefeweizens. They're
Florida
wheat
don't have
beers.
a color. I guess Florida's Miller Lite. But they have a thing wrote off to the side that says Stella Artois. Artois?
Stella Artois.
Yeah. And Louisiana says Abita. I've never even heard of that.
I have.
But craft beer is spent. You know, it's weird because we have a craft beer place not far from here. Haven't tried any of their beer. It may be great. I have no idea.
I know it's a wheat beer. It just it tastes different,
CDC
like the German ones than the American made ones.
CDC says Miller anything is nasty. That's the way I feel also. Like I said, it's not anything against Miller guys that like Miller. I just don't like the taste of it. Maybe it's something that they put in there that is off-putting to me.
Purple Haze is a good wheat beer. A lot of them, like Blue Moon and shit, are very heavy on the citrus, and I don't like that.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. You don't really see that much anymore, Lindy. Yeah, I know my dad drank Pabst Blue. That was one of the first beers I ever drank was Pabst Blue Ribbon. And when I drank it, I was like, how do people drink this stuff? I was like, this is like drinking pee.
Kitty cat.
Because it just tastes so bad to me when I was young. But it's gotten better over time. Ever have Zima? I have drank one Zima just to try it. And I was like, what
I
in the
was
hell is this?
not a fan of Zima.
No, I don't. I'm
Um,
not a fan. I just had one because they had a bunch of them at some party I was at. I was like, let me see what this
People
tastes
are
like.
like, "Oh, you can drop Jolly Ranchers in them." Well, I shouldn't have to do that to make it taste good.
I
Schlitz
don't
malt liquor,
know.
it's still out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I do remember in my younger years, I used to drink Old English 800 because we would go get the big 32 ounce Old English 800. Now, did it give me a headache? Every time. It's
Do
malt
y'all
liquor.
do
So,
y'all remember the 3-liter bottles of the Sun Country wine coolers?
Goldschlager. I've had Goldschlager also.
We have Goldschlager in there.
Terminator in Germany. Then they outlawed it. Wow, powerful stuff, he says. I wonder how many percent that was, John.
Damn.
I've never heard of Terminator.
Me neither.
Well, I mean, it was in Germany, so we wouldn't have seen it, but yeah. Your grandpa always had Miller in his beer fridge. Yeah, see, my boss was a Coors guy. He liked drinking Coors. I never really liked the taste of
Coors.
that either.
You got to say it right. It's Coors.
Coors.
Those commercials drive me crazy. Coors. I
Um,
don't like the way the guy says that.
Coors and Miller are not. I would rather have anything. Michelob, Bud Light, Bud Ice, Yingling, Michelob
It does.
Ultra. I like all those.
My mom's
So,
favorite is Yingling.
Corona. I like Corona, especially with a
I
good
like
lime.
Michelob Amber Bock every now and then, but I got to be in the mood for that. You know what I do like is a good chocolate stout. Those are tasty. But as soon as they start to get warm, it's not tasty anymore.
It must have had something else in it. It probably did, John.
I also like
That was permanent.
Guinness, but I prefer the Guinness draft because it's got to have some
I,
carbonation.
Guinness. I've drank Guinness, and I did not care for it. I'm not a big, I
Did
don't
you have
like.
Guinness or did you have Guinness draft? Because they're different. One is carbonated, the other is not.
I
The
don't
one that's
remember.
not is very
I think
charcoal
it was
kind of
Guinness
tasting.
Draft, and I didn't care for it. It's very dark too. It's like
Yeah,
black.
you got to drink it when it's cold.
Yeah.
I haven't tried any soju, but um, I've heard that it is very good and that it is very bad at the same time. And it's cheap.
Hams. Wow. I've seen hams, but I've never drank one. Never. That I can think of.
Fuck off, Will.
That's awesome, Will. I need to. If you would have came to Spring Wing, I would have bought a frother. I'm just saying. Ooh, there's a burn. If you would have came to Spring Wing, I was going to get that frother. But since you said bad apples, I was like, I don't need to buy no frother.
Yeah, but you just said, like, not even 10 minutes ago, I'm not a big beer drinker. I'd rather drink liquor. So why would I allow you to spend
Well, and
if it was less than $50, bring it on, but it's not. So no.
the reason is because I've already said I don't drink a lot of beer because
Oh, now he's
I
coming
like
with the
draft
excuses.
beer. I don't like beer in the bottle most of the time.
You know what's
So,
really good? An
draft.
ice cold beer and some hot crispy chicken wings, and
Oh yeah.
then dunk your wing in your beer and then eat it real quick while it's still bubbly.
Well, yeah, and beer and pizza is really good too. So, either one.
Yeah, but like
Dude.
it was an accident. I
Dude.
accidentally flung my wing into my pitcher of beer. It was really good when I fished it out of there. It was tasty.
I don't know what we're saying to Will, but he's always like, dude.
He dudes me every time I burp.
Oh, okay, gotcha. He does dude when you burp. Your mom's 98. Damn, Linda. Your mom's still. I did not know your mom was still around. I apologize for not knowing that, but 98. Hell yeah. Does that, you know what? That may mean you get to be 98, Linda. Since your mom got to be that age, it's probably mean we're going to have a lot of Linda entertainment. You're going to be the only one around. You're going to be the only one casting, and I'm going to be gone.
So I follow these two British dudes on TikTok that are
Schmitz is
back in
owned
the
by
States. And
Paps.
somebody had recommended American booze and stuff for him to drink. Now, the first one, I'm pretty sure was a joke where he found an energy drink that he liked and was wondering why he was getting kind of weird looks because he was drinking Four Locos in the morning. Pretty sure that was a joke. But somebody recommended him a beverage to try, and he pulled out a bottle of MD 2020 and took a sip and was like, that's not too bad. And then proceeded to chug the bottle. And everybody in the comments was like, no, don't do it. No, no. So the next day he came back and he's like, I got down to the bottom of the label. I don't remember anything after that, but I'm never going to do that again. Yeah. Like, well, you should have asked us first. We would have told you not to do that. That was a really stupid fucking idea. People are like, at least you didn't wake up in a field wearing one shoe and somebody else's clothes. I bought a bottle
Mad Dog 2020 will
a
mess
couple
you
years
up.
ago just to see if it tasted as bad as I remembered it, and it does. What, ma'am?
Uh-oh.
Ow! What?
Well, Linda, that's unfortunate that you're adopted. That means you're not under that lineage, so you might not make it to 98.
She might live longer than that.
Yes, you might. Yeah, maybe. And there's nothing wrong with being adopted.
It's not that it tastes horrible, Scott. It's the after effects. Why were you biting me? And now you're sitting here all
You've been
princess
drunk
like
on
all
MD many
happy.
times. Oh, Will, say it ain't so.
Who hasn't been?
How did you? Me, because I knew to stay away from that crap. I drank it once and was like, I'm not touching that shit ever again.
So Mad Dog was a big one, and then for some reason my circle of people were stuck on Canadian Mist for a while.
Yeah, the orange Mad Dog is not that bad.
And I turned out just fine.
Turned out just fine.
Yeah, Canadian Mist was a big thing. Peach schnapps. Like, of all the schnapps you're going to get, butterscotch exists. Why the hell would you get peach? I can't do peach.
Peach schnapps is actually really good.
I can't do that.
Those are the two I like. Peach schnapps and butterscotch schnapps.
God, how much sangria did you drink to get a hangover, Scott? Jesus. That's watered down wine. That would take a lot.
My oldest son drank Four Locos. I didn't even realize what they were. I didn't really care for the taste, but you could tell they had a lot of alcohol in them.
And caffeine and all the other shit.
Yeah, Four Locos are strong, man. They're something serious.
Yeah, Boone's Farm wine was pretty good. I mean that it wasn't bad. There's nothing wrong with Boone's Farm wine.
There you go, Cobra.
My sister used to smuggle in, I don't know where she got them, but she would end up with the 3-liter bottles of the Sun Country wine cooler. And our rooms were right across from each other. So when our parents went to bed, we'd sit in the doorway of our respective rooms and just pass the bottle back and forth to each other.
Well, I mean, as far as puking goes, the worst puking I've ever had was when we went to that damn winery. What do you call it?
I don't know. I didn't go.
When you go to a place that's where they make the wine and
that's a winery, yeah.
Anyways, so we went to Chateau Alon, which is where they make the wine, and they have rooms, and they're all named. The rooms are like the Spider-Man room or whatever. So we were in one of those rooms, but they give you free wine at dinner because they're a winery. And I thought, this wine isn't enough, so I need some fighting cock. So I bought fighting cock and drank that after the wine. That's not good. Yeah, I was hurling like you couldn't believe. I was projectile vomiting. I mean, the only other time I've really vomited from drinking is when I got that golden grain and didn't know I was drinking liquor and just got a 7-Eleven big gulp cup and took a big out of the trash can full of this stuff, the hunch punch, just gulped it down like it was nothing. And then, yeah, I threw up then. But that was one throw up. I was done. Not the wine stuff messed me up bad. It was bad.
See, I never really got hungover because I would always end up barfing before that, and I'd feel fine when I got up the next morning. But you can always tell that one sip that puts you over the edge when you're like, uh-oh. I shouldn't have done that.
It's weird that Will keeps saying, I've been drunk on this, been drunk on that. I haven't seen Will drunk at a fly-in. I mean, if he was...
Maybe that's why he doesn't drink anymore.
If it was, he drinks and then he goes and hides in his van. I don't know. It's like, where'd Will go? He's fucking passed out in the van somewhere.
See, I thought like permafrost and aftershock and all those were like new, because those weren't on my radar. When I started drinking.
Jaeger.
I'm trying to think. Whenever we met Stu, he was our go-to liquor store guy.
Nice, Will.
And I'm trying to think of what we had him get us.
What we drink is 103 proof, Linda, for comparison. So the fighting cock we drink is 103 proof. I can drink Jim Beam or Jack Daniels or whatever. But I just see she don't prefer it. Neither do I. This mixes really well with Dr. Pepper, and that's what we drink. But
Jim Beam, I can taste the difference between Jim Beam and Jack Daniels. Jim Beam, just the smell of it makes me want to hurl, and I blame Mitchell McCaskill for that. It's his fault.
The one that really tastes like
Will says, let's just say I don't remember being a teenager.
the cough medicine is Southern Comfort. That stuff. I think they changed the formula. That literally tastes like cough syrup.
I gotta be drunk already to fucking drink Southern Comfort.
140 proof. Dadgum, man. I have the 151 proof right in there. I got Everclear and I have Golden Grain, which you can't buy here in Virginia. So when I go to Georgia, when y'all go to Bad Apples, Georgia has independent liquor stores. You can buy pretty much whatever the hell you want in Georgia. You can't do that here in Virginia because we got ABC liquor stores and it's all government run bullcrap.
They sell it now, but there are rules to where they can't stock it if you're within so many miles of a college because young people are stupid.
Yeah. So whenever I want to get strong alcohol, when we go to Georgia, I buy the strong stuff down there.
Yeah, we don't drink it because it's nasty.
Yeah,
it's
I hadn't even opened it. It's still brand new in the bottle.
You know what I want to get my hands on, right? Because they smell that old smoky moonshine. That stuff is trash. What I want to find is some real moonshine, preferably peach. I had a friend of mine that had some brought to them from West Virginia, and it was so good. You could not tell. I mean, it was so damn good. I was so fucking drunk. I stayed in their kitchen, and I was the bartender. So whenever somebody wanted some, I would pour their shot. And then, oh, look, I dripped some on the floor because that was the night I was introduced to the Swiffer Wet Jet. I was just drunk as hell, mopping their floor and
There's
pouring shots all night.
190 proof Everclear right there. Not even open. This is still sealed. 190 proof. That's some strong crap right there.
Yep, pour that in a cooler with a bunch of fruit punch.
That yeah, and the weird thing is you can't taste that as much because it's just so pure. It's like pure alcohol. So when you mix that with a good Kool-Aid, it's like there's nothing wrong with it, and you just gulp it down, and next thing you know, you're hurling in the corner. So yeah, you have to be careful with that stuff.
I think it's funny to see all these young folks. Yes, the purple passion. Um, all these young folks that are like, I drank so much Fireball last night. Fireball is what you put in your liquor to make it taste like cinnamon. It's flavoring. You're not supposed to drink that all by itself, you fucking weakling.
Screwdrivers, vodka, and
Orange juice.
orange juice. Yeah.
Or tequila and orange juice with the little grenadine as a tequila sunrise. See, I didn't like the screwdrivers because vodka and orange juice. I guess I just drank too many of it. Tequila sunrises, because at County Grill they used to have 50-cent well drink night. And you could order screwdrivers or tequila sunrises or vodka and cranberry for 50 cents a drink all night long.
Rum and Coke. Rum and Coke tastes good, Will, and we have some Fireball here. I bought it because it was on sale for what, New Year's Eve or Christmas, and never opened the bottle. So we still have a brand new bottle of Fireball somewhere in there. It's just like, eh.
See, rum and Coke was my go-to for a very, very long time, but it was spiced rum and Diet Coke. Captain Morgan's. I actually bought a bottle of Captain Morgan's last time I was at the liquor store because I wanted something different.
I should be able to peddle this Everclear off to somebody because you can't buy that up here. 190 proof is some serious stuff right there. And not just 190. I mean, this obviously, if you put a flame to this, it's going to catch on fire, but fighting cock will catch on fire. That's why I don't drink it straight, because it's a little like drinking gasoline. But
of course, what I used to do when I went to the bar is I would order a double shot of spiced rum and then just a Diet Coke. It worked better that way. As I was trying to pick my BFF up off the bathroom floor and try to get her into the car. She's locked in the bathroom stall going, I want to go home. And I'm like, but you got to come out. I can't drag you out underneath the door.
There you go,
I was so
Scott.
fucking drunk that day.
See, sometimes you have to drive a little bit to be able to get it. But honestly, I mean, do you really need 190 proof? No.
No,
but
you don't.
I'll tell you what, it'll clean the crap out of something, 190 proof.
See, I never liked the Bacardi Limon. I don't like that. It tastes nasty to me. It's got that very artificial taste. And then they came out with the sodas that have the lemon and the lime in it. If I wanted my soda to taste like it had shitty fucking rum in there, I'd just put shitty rum in there. I don't. Gross. When I was little, right? So my job was to do the dishes. And in the liquor cabinet, there was a bottle of this stuff called Kahlua that I thought was flavoring. So every night after dinner, I would make myself a big old glass of Kahlua and milk while I did the dishes, listening to the radio. And I always slept great until my mom was like, who drank all the Kahlua? And I was like, that was me. Can you buy more? It goes really good in milk. Apparently, I was making myself fucking White Russians.
Will,
having
I would
a good
say
old time
yes,
doing the
because
dishes.
200 is pure alcohol, so 190 is the strongest you can get that I know
You
of.
were just waiting for me to shut up.
200
so you could
is
talk,
pure, yeah, 200 is pure alcohol. So 190 is, yeah, that's the strongest you're getting. I don't even think Golden Grain goes that high. It's pretty close. I have Golden Grain in there too, but I don't want to look for the bottle.
What? Come
it's
here.
really high also. Actually,
you-
I will look for the bottle.
Bootsy. So, is it a white Russian or a black Russian? I don't remember. A white Russian is something else, and I've had one with banana in it that was pretty good. But yeah, no, apparently I was 9 years old and making myself a mixed drink before bed every night. Um, they were tasty. I didn't know that. I didn't know it had alcohol in it. I thought it was just. It didn't taste like it had alcohol in it. We got a bottle of Kahlua in there now, but I don't have any milk. Damn it. I mean, all of that's by the front door, so it'll stay localized. White is with the cream. Okay. What, Kahlua and cream?
Okay. So that proves it. Golden grain is also 190 proofs, which you see that 95% alcohol by volume. I don't think you can get any higher than that. There, you can't just. You're not going to get 200 proof, which is 100% alcohol. I don't think you can get that.
Okay, I got you, Scott.
This is made in St. Louis, Missouri. Look at that. Bottled for Luxco, St. Louis, Missouri. Do not apply to open flame. They're like, look, this crap will catch on fire. Did she burp again? She had to.
No, I didn't.
Then why do you do?
I don't know because I didn't burp. I don't
You
think
better
I
never
burped.
have a house fire. You know, it's funny you say that, Will, because when I came in my office after I got home from work, it smelled like something had been burning in here. And I'm like, what the hell was burning? But that smell went away, and I was like, I don't know what could have caught on fire. I don't have anything.
Younger than that, Will, because my dad used to have me and my sister pour his friends and him. You know, when he was in the military, he'd have all his military buddies over. Me and my sister were the bartenders. And it was amazing that we could never get all of the beer in the glass. So we would be in the kitchen drinking the leftovers and then bringing him and his friends their drinks. So yeah, it was earlier than that, but
We still have this.
I didn't.
Just add rum.
I didn't know I was drinking alcohol with the Kahlua. So does it really count? Boots, you impaled me with your claw. You made me bleed. That's not nice. Irish whiskey, yes. That's for the Irish coffee that I was making. Where did he go? He walked back in his office, I thought. Yeah, we just had to go buy more vodka for the Bartesian because that bottle was out. And I've got an unopened bottle of the Blackberry Crown Royal, which is good. Yeah, he just disappeared. I could have sworn I saw him walk by and go back into his office. But I don't know where he went. He'll be back, I'm sure. Send out a the house ain't that big. He's got to be around here somewhere. Good night, John Wayne. Trying to think of what other booze that I like to keep stocked. I like to go out at Christmas time when they have the sales and buy the stuff and restock then.
What day is Will going to Bad Apples? What day are you going to be there, Will? I don't know how I drank that already. We lost Steve. Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom. Tuesday. Okay. So Tuesday's the same day I'm leaving to go, well, maybe Tuesday night, where we should be headed towards Eastern Shore.
What?
Yeah, because I don't want to miss Wednesday morning flight time. So I mean, if it's possible. If not, then we'll have to wait for Wednesday. But I also don't want to get there late because last time Spring Wing was packed. There was a lot of people there. So not like bad apples.
I never
Obviously.
liked those, Scott. Those were always icky to me.
Sometimes they're good, but most of the time they're icky. Most of the time. Okay, Vector.
It's the only time that I like eggnog. Well, that's really the only time they sell eggnog is at Christmas time, but it only seems appropriate then. Okay, thank you, King Cobra.
He came off
I mean,
this
I used milk.
thing,
But, yeah.
turned around and went back and got right back on his charging dock. What's wrong with you, robot? All
I don't
right,
know.
we should get off of here. It's way past time. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I have lots of planning. This weekend is the last chance I got to get everything staged and ready to go. So tomorrow, that's what I'm gonna be doing, making sure I got all my stuff, all my ducks in a row. Wing, trike, which I already got the trike ready. Paramotor's ready. I got the strobes on it. You're very welcome, Will. I hope you have a great time at Bad Apples. Make sure you take lots of video, even go live and stuff. I'm going to try to myself also, so we're going to be all over the internet. But until then, we will try to catch y'all next Friday if possible. If I get Starlink, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm going to be recording videos and or going live with my phone while we're flying, which ought to be awesome to see. But y'all have a great weekend and stay safe out there. We're going to talk to you. Good night, everybody. Bye.